an opponent who asked us to prove that because of the death penalty, crimes are reducing. But they can't even prove to us that because of rehabilitation, the criminals are actually reducing in this world. Now we think that the issues of what Raj brought us to, as in that, regarding sovereignty and also hypocrite, being government being hypocrite. Now we see that when they think that you're going to apply this death penalty to every country in this world, to every jurisdiction, then we think that it's also the right of the government to actually think to apply which kind of law they want to implement. And let's say they think just because you commit drug traffic or so forth, and you're going to get death penalty, then that be it, because that's the right of these countries to have sovereignty rights. And we think that, but however, we think that the general rule in every country is that there has to be circumstances which Nova has said that there has to be, let's say genocide, serial killing, and terrorism, is that these are not normal everyday crimes, or you steal a car, you go GTA and this person. No, this is a very heinous crime. That means you kill hundreds of people. You cause terrors in a lot of countries. Now we think that these certain circumstances, they require special care. Now we think that what Raj said regarding, they say that the country is being hypocritical. So what? So what if the government is being a hypocrite? But when doing that, they're solving a greater good. They're solving justice. They're bringing justice inside the country. They're bringing a sense of security for the citizens to feel safe in their own country without actually being able to walk around and know that a criminal who actually killed hundreds of people, let loose in the streets. We also think that it creates a certain trust in people, which is important, especially if it is what government wants to create. Now, what Raja said is basically pretty much the same as what the first speaker said. It's the concept of humanity. It's quite, it's fresh in a way, but it's not different anyway. Now, I think that the concept of humanity itself, we believe that the government, when it comes to certain circumstances, there is a certain time when these rights of a criminal to live can be curtailed, which I will explain further in my discussion. Now, we also think that regarding what Raj said, that there's no judicial system that's perfect. Now, we absolutely agree. There's no judicial system in this world that is going to 100%, give certain proportionality justice to this world. Now, we think, however, that this trial process is already a fair trial. Every citizen in the country is promised a fair trial. That means there's going to be a trial, prosecution, juries will be there to investigate whether this person is actually guilty or not, and then get this punishment. So it's not going to be a person caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you're going to get death penalty just because of that. But even if there are these cases, these are very small exceptions. These are errors that occur because of a lapse of judgment, and you can't blame the judiciary for that. If you want to abolish every kind of punishment in this world just because the judicial system is not perfect, then what is the government trying to do? Before I go.
Okay, there are 67 people are being executed and they are foundly innocent. This one is taken from study done by the University of Hawaii in the 1990. How can you say that even this 67 number of people that are being killed is actually tolerable?
Well, this is not the issue of what death penalty, what this motion is about. You have to fix the judicial system, not the kind of punishment you want to give to these criminals. Now, I have three arguments for you today. Why we think abolishing this death penalty in all jurisdictions is not suitable. Because first, we're going to reduce the chances of heinous crimes happening. Second, to establish a sense of security in society. And third, the criminals have deprived the rights of others. So we think that it's justified to do so. Now let's go to the first one. We think that it's important to establish a sense of security in the society. When it comes to national security, when it comes to the threat of this person committing crimes, repeating crimes such as genocide, serial killing, terrorism, there is a clamor from society, social pressure. Their society wants criminals to be punished. They demand justice to be served. Now we think that if the government has to go to the extent of actually committing these death penalty, every means possible to achieve this is actually okay, because we want to live in this neighborhood. Also, for the government, it's important they have to restore the confidence, and also for the people's trust. They trust the government will actually punish these people according to justice. And we think these people, they want to live in a safe neighborhood where they know they can walk around. These daughters and sons can walk around the streets without actually feeling scared if this person, if criminals are going around the street. Now, second of all, we also believe that this will actually reduce the chances of heinous crime rates happening. We think that the psychological impact is greater for criminals, even if this person is, this person will commit crimes again and again. But if this sends a stronger message to society, because we think that it's important to go to the extent of death penalty, especially these are not just your normal, everyday crimes. These are people committing inhumane acts. We think that what they do should be proportionally punished to what they actually have done to the society. When you actually use genocide, serial killing, terrorism, it's justified for the government to go to the extent of death penalty in this case. Now, before I go on.
Now, the difference between death penalty and life without parole is that death penalty is against humanity and life without parole is not. The others, on what Nisa has said, is completely the same. So why should we go against humanity?
We have nothing against humanity. We just think that if you go to the extent of genocide, serial killing, and terrorism, there are certain circumstances where the government should be bold enough to take stronger actions and stances. Instead of just being scared just because of the sake of human rights and this is criminal, you're going to jeopardize other parts of society. Now, the third of all, we believe that the criminals have deprived the rights of others. When the criminals themselves commit heinous crimes, they give up their right. No rights are absolute, and certain rights can be curtailed, even life. We think that these criminals have deprived the rights of others and also deprived the rights of themselves. When it is justified is when the rights, we believe that since this death penalty actually already has gone through a fair trial process, you're going to be made sure that there are these punishments are not just murder punishments, just because the jury's think that it's okay. There's going to be a fair trial coming on in order to ensure that these criminals will be punished proportionally. But we think that there is a reasonable perspective for this to happen, because it will actually reduce the chances of heinous crimes really happening, is what I've explained to you. Now, I've proven to you that abolishing death penalty under all jurisdictions is not justifiable, mainly because this will actually, we believe in three reasons. And that first, we want to establish a sense of security in our society. Also, we want to reduce the chances of heinous crime rates happening, and also the third one, that criminals have deprived rights of others. And for this, we are proud to.